Hello, everyone. I just got done watching Season 7, Episode 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the episode Dangerous Jet, and it's not a bad episode, but it is definitely the worst episode of the season so far. Up until this point, I thought the season was continuously great. This is still the most consistent season in terms of quality, but this is the first only good episode of the season. It has a lot of great elements. Um, like some of the conversations between the characters in this episode are like peak Clone Wars. Everything I loved about the final episodes in season 5 is like all that, but this episode is really bogged down by its script a little bit, and I guess this is the most pointless of the episodes. um there is stuff that happens, and I guess spoilers from this point, so be warned. So there is stuff like that happens. There's like the Mandalore subplot starts, so obviously in the next few episodes they're going to be wrapping up Darth Maul and stuff like that. And I guess nothing really, well, it's not that nothing happens, because there's a lot of cool conversations with Ahsoka's character that are really interesting. However, this is probably the most pointless episode of the show so far, because it starts with them in jail. The episode is about them trying to escape the jail, but at the end of the episode, they're back in jail, so it's kind of pointless because they're back where they started, and it feels like a filler episode, but not really, because there's enough to make it stand out, and enough to make it feel like it should exist. But I just wish they condensed this whole jail subplot into one episode instead of two. I'm really excited for the Mandalore plot next, though. That'll be cool. And I'm excited for how this season is going to wrap up. It's just, it would be better if there was a little less filler. Granted, this is only because, like, this is a 13 episode season. If this was 22 episodes, like a lot of the other seasons, I'd be fine with this episode, but it's got a little limited amount of time. We're at the halfway point now, and we're not at Darth Maul yet, except like just starting there, and we're not at the Revenge of the Sith part yet. So hopefully this season gets way better. There hasn't been a 10 out of 10 episode yet. I hope that starts happening, because I'd rather have this season have a bunch of 10s, but also a bunch of meh episodes instead of consistently 8 or 7. So, we'll see what happens in the next 6 weeks, I guess. So that's my thoughts on it. Really good dialogue in times, but it's a little bogged down by the dialogue, and this episode feels a little useless, but not as much as some people might say, in my opinion. Yeah, so hopefully another 7 out of 10 episode or lower doesn't happen in the season again. Bye.